Peters here. Another video, probably about my 14th one, about Dr. ZoAnne E. Dreyer at Texas Children's Hospital, who, during the divorce custody hearing, temporary orders, the doctor decided to side up with my wife. For whatever reason, a professional like her would do that. And this isn't the first time. I knew another guy who saw me out picketing. These signs behind me are about Dr. ZoAnne Dreyer. Many of you might recognize them. It says, Dr. ZoAnne E. Dreyer, fraud and liar. Beware of your child's medical record. Texas Children's Hospital covers up for fraud and liars. And the original one, wanted for fraud. Nice picture of the lady who lies in children's medical record. If you look at the insignia, she's from Baylor College of Medicine. Falsification of medical records. See the evidence. Well, I wonder where I would be getting that evidence. This is my son here, Dalton Peters. Dr. ZoAnne Dreyer called CPS within the first 24 hours of my taking him for 2 months custody and decided she wanted to get that custody back to my wife. So she said it talked about medical neglect, talked about confusion of dosage of the medicine, where I had CPS told me to bring the medicines to the hospital, where a nurse and social worker agreed that I correctly identified each medicine and the last dosage is given. CPS said that I was giving them the meds. That's Child Protective Services. Now, Texas Children's Hospital's attorneys and Baylor College of Medicine attorneys are always at the divorce hearing sending, I guess, books about how these videos on YouTube are threatening Dr. Dreyer and that she doesn't want to appear on my wife's behalf in person. And I think that's because anybody who looks at her is going to know she's lying. Her attorney, my wife's attorney, said, don't wear this to court. Maybe she forgot about my little briefcase that I carry to court all the time. That's me and my son, Dalton. Dr. Dreyer, you should be threatened, and so should Baylor College of Medicine and Texas Children's Hospital, who are spending parents' donations money for attorneys to protect doctors who lie in medical records. And the doctor, a letter from Texas Children's Hospital, states, excuse the glasses, it says, Dr. Dreyer has documented according to the information you provided Dr. Dreyer during the visit of October 24. Meaning, I have 3 pharmacy receipts in the 2 months, which is a 3-month supply for my son. I told him, and in the medical record says, if Medicaid won't pay for it, I'll pay cash. The nurse and social worker said I correctly identified each medicine and the last dosage is given. Child Protective Services says I was given the meds. Dr. ZoAnne Dreyer says I told her I wasn't giving my son those meds. That one medicine, something she made up, antibiotic. But I have 3 pharmacy receipts. 3. Now I wonder why I would be picking them up at the pharmacy 3 separate times, but never dispensing them to my son. Even though I went to Iraq for 3 years, risked my life to buy this 5¼ acres and hand-built the house my son was living in. He's now, thanks to Dr. Dreyer, living in a 1,000-square-foot home with 8 Hispanics and 2 other children. He's got leukemia, and these people have a filthy kitchen, a filthy bathroom, and my son's cancer has come back out of remission and he has full-blown cancer again. Thank you, Dr. Dreyer, for lying to the court, committing aggravated perjury in my son's medical record and lying to CPS 2 different times. First it was medical neglect, to just a CPS agent. Then when that seemed to be failing, she called CPS supervisor, said I was confused about the dosage. When that didn't work, she falsified the medical records. But during the time she thought she was going to manipulate CPS, she says, Father states he's giving the meds, Dalton states he's taking them. We're only talking 60 days here. But somehow, I ended up telling her, according to Dr. Dreyer, that I didn't give him that medicine for a full month, even though I have 3 pharmacy receipts, which is a 3-month supply. Now, I've made a complaint to Texas Medical Board, which is going to be knocking on Dr. ZoAnne Dreyer's door and Texas Children's Hospital and finding out, perhaps, what's going on with that doctor. It doesn't seem like a nurse, a social worker, CPS, everybody, and the pharmacy receipts can all be against Dr. Dreyer. And, of course, my word that I didn't tell her I didn't give my son that med for a month. Why would I even do that? Why would a father do that? Why would you pick up the medicine for 3 months, 3 months supply, 3 different times, and not give it to your son? Dr. ZoAnne Dreyer, you're a fraud and liar, and that's why you haven't sued me. You send your lawyers from Baylor and Texas Children's Hospital to court all the time, but you haven't sued me for slander or defamation of character. I wonder why that is, Dr. Dreyer. Why are you trying to not show up in court now? Why do you want to lie over the phone or lie in the medical records to the jury? Come on to court. I dare you. Where I'm representing myself against 2 lawyers. An immigration lawyer, family lawyer for my wife who wants to sell out my son's property so she can get paid to take care of my wife's green card, who lied in that application where her sister got it in 4 years and she hasn't gotten a green card in 14 years. Could it be because she wasn't here in the country for the 2 years she was supposed to be here prior to that? And her sister didn't want to lie for her because she jeopardized her own green card. I wonder who's right and wonder who's wrong. Dr. Dreyer, come on to court. Don't be afraid. Don't disappoint Houston, Texas. And don't disappoint my lawyers who are going to sue you in the near future. Thank you for your time, Houston, Texas, and everybody concerned about what's going on at Baylor College of Medicine and Texas Children's Hospital, where they cover up for fraud and liars. If they do it on a temporary order hearing, what are they going to do when they kill your child? Think about it. God bless you.